to charge premium prices. Your brand has to show it before you can even say it. Before they even see your results, they have already decided what your brand and your offer is worth. Premium isn't a price point, it's a perception. Today, we're answering the question, how do I get clients to see my service as premium? So, we're going to talk about perception and brand experience. And it's from this week's blog, How to Position Your Business for Six-Figure Growth. Now, if you want to follow along, you can go to shaycannon.com, sorry, not .com, but .com /position. That's shaycannon.com /position. All right. So let's go to today's blog excerpt. Again, we're answering the question, how do I get clients to see my service as premium? Perception and brand experience is the answer to that. And with that, you are position what your positioning is. It's about crafting how your business is seen, how it feels, how it's remembered at every touch point, from first impression to lasting impact after your delivery. It's the intangible quality that makes people believe they are engaging with premium, trustworthy, and highly capable brand. Okay. So before they even experience the results, they already have the perception. So for entrepreneurs, this is a critical driver of business growth because perception shapes trust, and trust shapes buying decisions. So when your market believes your brand represents excellence, professionalism, and reliability, it not only attracts higher quality clients, but also fosters loyalty and referrals. Strong brand experiences elevate you above your competitors, makes your business the standard in your niche, and ensures that your value is recognized and respected. Key ingredients for achieving ambitious success and meeting your revenue goals. All right. Now, that's what's in the blog, but here on the morning show, we give you more. Good morning, Chantilly. We see you over here on the YouTube side. All right. So let me get these show notes out because I got some good strategies for you today. All right. And I need you to pay attention because these strategies, some of you are pricing based on your confidence and you're not pricing based on transformation. And some of you, even though you're getting the transformation, you understand the worth of the transformation is some kind of block there that is keeping you from charging the right price. So some of these things we're going to go over today just might be what you need to get over that hump of confidence. So I need you to pay attention, okay? So today we're going to talk about the top 10 strategies to position perception that your brand is premium. Okay. So 10 strategies. Number one, premium branding that matches the pricing. Okay. So you should ensure that your visuals, your written, and your interactive elements for your brand signal quality and professionalism. Consistency across touch points reinforces that your pricing is justified. Okay. So this is where people like Keith come in. Keith Montgomery is a professional graphic designer, and he is probably here to tell you people can tell when you use Canva. And so if you have a package that is a high ticket package and you're using Canva graphics, people probably see that you're not investing that much into your own brand. So how are you asking them to invest high ticket into your brand when you're not? So Shawana Kennedy Media wants you to understand that your video presence, which will automatically elevate your brand's experience, is non-existent. Yeah. So you need to understand that you have to show that you have invested in your brand before you start asking people for high ticket pricing. Let me tell you another one. I know you do what you can until you can do better, but I dare you to charge me high ticket for anything, and you got a Wix Weebly website. I dare you. Come on now. Wix Weebly, everybody know what that is. Y'all still out here using the free constant contact for your emails where you can't even take the branding off because you're not paying for it. Yeah, so we can tell that you're not investing in your own brand. So Keep that in mind. Number one, premium branding that matches your pricing. Okay. Number two, oh, did I forgot to tell y'all I love y'all because I know I stepped on a bunch of toes. Move your toes, put them in your shoes. I love you, but let's upgrade this thing, okay? Dr. Tacha said with your Angel Fire website, and I know that went over some people's heads. Some of y'all wasn't even around here doing dial-up internet, but yeah, Angel Fire was the mess right there. Number two, luxury level onboarding. Okay, onboarding. Design your onboarding process that feels elevated, it feels personal, and it feels memorable. Okay, first impressions shape long term perception and set the tone for premium relationships. Now, we talked last week about adding in that assessment phase and charging an assessment fee, right? So when I started doing that, people didn't feel like I was nickel and diming them because what happened was that assessment phase came first. They were charged their assessment fee. But when we had our onboarding, our kickoff call, they could tell their money for that assessment and that time waiting for the assessment phase was well spent because I came in with a preliminary plan based on all that stuff I assessed. And all we did in the first kickoff call was kind of, tweak this plan that was already in existence as a first draft. So how would your clients feel if in your very first meeting, you already had a plan for execution and you're just getting them to approve all the steps? Come on now. People feel like that's, some people feel like that first meeting, it's just a waste of their time. You haven't even started working yet. But see, that onboarding, when you add these things and when you first meet, you're already getting to work, you're already solving pain points. That's memorable. That's luxury level onboarding. Okay. Number three, specialization story. Specialization story. Now, I know some of you haven't heard that before, but it's basically a brand story, but I want you to niche it. I want you to specialize it. So let me give you a definition of it, and then we can give an example, okay? So it's a story that tells your origin, it tells about your expertise, and it tells about your market focus so that it's obvious you don't just do what you do it for that specific audience. You do it to solve a specific problem and in a way that nobody else does. Okay. So your brand story, your origin story is really built around the actual problem that you solve, how you do it, your mission and your vision, all the things that make you different. What made you start to do it that way? Now, you guys have heard different parts of my quote unquote origin story because it's kind of long. So I don't tell it all the time. However, let me give you an example of an origin story that talks directly to my people about the two things that I talk about the most, which is making money and time freedom, right? So I tell people how I became a paralegal and how I was able to use a growth formula. That ability formula is more than just for entrepreneurs. It can help you in your career to go from a paralegal making lower wages to a six-figure paralegal, right? So I followed that formula, but I recognized that making the money was not enough. I needed the time freedom. So I became a full-time entrepreneur. Within 1 year, I was making the same kind of money I was making in my career. And in a year after that, I was location independent, working my business from anywhere in the world, right? So in this origin story, this specialized story, I'm telling you how I make money. I'm telling you, well, I'm not telling you how I make money, but I'm telling you that I learned how to make my money and I can teach you. I'm telling you that I have an extreme version of time freedom so I can help you get your version of time freedom. So start thinking about what is your origin story, okay? And make it specialized to fit those elements of the elevator pitch, all right? So, a well told specialized story builds credibility and instantly differentiates you from generalists. Somebody that just does what you do, that's just a part of the crowd in the sea of everybody else and don't stand out at all. That's what we don't want to be. All right. Number four, experience driven language. Okay. Use brand messaging that focuses on how clients will feel during and after working with you, not just what they'll get. Emotion drives perceived value. Now, I talk about it all the time, and I keep it handy where it's easy for me to find. So let me see how quickly I can bring this thing up. Because I use some experienced language when I'm talking about myself as a COO. Let me see. Here it is right here. And I'm going to share my screen as soon as it gets up on the screen. All right, there it is. So let me share my screen so that you can read along with me. This is social proof, y'all, of me saying what I do, right? So let's make this bigger. There you go. And hopefully y'all are watching the right screen. Let me double check because y'all won't say nothing. Okay, here we go. So this person asked me, who am I? What is a fractional COO, right? I could just say, oh, head of operations, right? That's how y'all are answering the question. But if you want to add that feeling in it, that experience, what will they experience working with you? This was my answer. I help virtual service-based small business CEOs to build their business around the freedom they want to live through clarity, structure, and shared leadership for growth. Okay, I could have stopped right there. That's what most of you stopped, right? But then I brought in the transformation. My clients experience success with business and revenue goals without singular leadership burdens like decision fatigue, team management, and crisis management, without stalled forward motion like bottlenecking, without continued overwhelm from working more in the business instead of on the business as the visionary and the rainmaker, and without lack of freedom for life outside of the business. That is the best thing I ever could have came up with, talking about the experience they're going to have as a CEO with me as their fractional chief operating officer. Okay, so you need to use more experience language. Okay, where's my, here we go. So that was number 4. Number 5, high touch client moments. Okay, so surprise your clients with thoughtful, personalized touches during your delivery process while you're servicing. Up the bar in ways they don't expect. Okay, these moments stick in the memory and build strong referrals. Anybody that has ever paid money to work with me has always gotten more than what they paid their money for. They have always gotten more than what they expected to get. They have always gotten the transformation that they paid for, plus more stuff, more value. Can you say the same? Okay, so are you doing high touch client care moments where they really just basically feel taken care of? Okay, I haven't worked with anybody that doesn't feel taken care of by me. It's a service based business. Are you of service? Do they feel serviced? Do they feel cared for? Okay. Number 6, signature event or experience. Okay, so you can host an annual or recurring event tied to your brand's identity. The experience itself becomes a status marker and clients aspire to attend. Okay, there are so many awards, events, and such that the award itself has become more famous than who is hosting the award, which is possibly a totally different type of business, right? So, what kind of signature event can you have? And what we understand is in-person events have way more of an experience built into it. But if you are creative enough, you can build an experience into a virtual event. Dr. Tachi just recently was still telling me how when I had my huge event, I think it was in 2021, it might have been 2020, I can't remember, where I had 50 sessions of value. Well, actually I had over 50 sessions of value. And because I couldn't find a virtual summit platform that I liked, I built it. Yeah, I built it so that everybody's experience with coming in virtually into my 5-day summit, it had a feeling to it. And so you can do the same thing. It doesn't always have to be a live experience, although I will start my retreats back up as soon as I get back to Mexico next year. And that is going to be my signature event. It's going to be an experience. Every year, I will add another point of value to this experience for clients. So you can do the same thing. Number 7, industry black book authority. Okay, so you can curate and share a vetted list of resources, of contacts, of insider recommendations, anything that will be highly valuable to your clients. Okay. You can create a book for that, especially when it comes to, we're going to say, adjacent services, right? For example, one thing that clients are still going to need when they work with me as a fractional chief operating officer, they're still going to need a team. So I have a list of agencies for VA agencies. I start to create packaging like role descriptions, role, recruiting posts, role requirements, KPIs. How can you test them before you hire them, type of thing, to help people to build their team. So these could be black book authority things that I give to people as an experience with me, right? So I don't recruit. No, I don't hire. I don't, come with a team for you. You have to have your team. So I have this black book authority that's going to help you to do that. That's not a part of my service. So you guys can start thinking around that also. Okay. Also, some of that stuff that's in that black book authority can be affiliate links. So don't miss the opportunity to make a little moolah while you're telling them who you like to use. Number 8, brand led philanthropy or social impact. Okay. So you can publicly align your business with a cause that resonates with your market and your ideal client. Okay. So when you have purpose driven positioning, it creates an emotional connection and brand loyalty, right? Let me tell you how them little Tom's shoes, TOMS, in case the Alabama got in the way, them some of the ugliest, simplest little shoes, but we pay $60 for them shoes because not only do we have them, but they actually give an extra pair to, somebody that is underserved population. So where now also gets a pair of shoes. So we bought a pair of shoes for us, and then they also have a pair of shoes. And that's what we know about that brand. Nobody was buying them shoes because they were cute. They didn't start making cute shoes until later into their longevity. Cause let me tell you, they got into some stylish shoes, but the very first shoes that they started off with looked like some Native Americans made them. Like it looked like some little Mexicans, some little cheap Mexicans. But we bought them because they came in different colors. They were comfortable, but it was the philanthropic behind it that I'm buying a pair of shoes for myself, and therefore somebody underserved gets a pair of shoes also for my same $60. Okay, so that's it in action. Number 9, excessive access content. You can create members only, invite only ecospheres. Okay, members only, invite only. I really like to think about invite only stuff. All right. If you are a high level client with me, you get invited to events that other people are paying for. So you might not be showing up because it was invitation only, but you're showing up in an invite only capacity, right? So what can you have going on that is invite only? I'll tell you something. When I used to go to my TSP traffic sales and profit live events in Georgia once a quarter, I had invite only client appreciation brunches on that Sunday. Right? We have, when I come into town, sometimes I have invite only for our free business mastermind people. We come together. This last time, Kimberly was there, Shawana was there, right? We had a great time, great meal, great fellowshipping. So you can have invite only premium things going on. Okay. Number 10, strategic name dropping. Okay, strategic name dropping. So mention relevant collaborations, influences, experiences with respected names in your field. Now, when I say respected names, they have to be respected by your ideal client. Okay, not just other practitioners in your industry. If your ideal client don't know who these people are, they don't respect it because they don't know it. So it has to be respected and known by your ideal clients. And so what you're going to do is you're going to kind of frame that relationship. We're going to, kind of put context to it. We're going to use it in a way that enhances our credibility without feeling, like we're empty bragging. Although, hey, brag a little. I'm all right with you bragging. So I want to share with you how I kind of use this on my speaker page. So let me share my screen again. All right. So this is my speaker media page. I don't just talk about me speaking. I don't just share my media. I also do a little aligning myself with some big names. So Next MBA is a global marketing program. It has had speakers like Seth Godin and people like that are high in the marketing world. See, Gary Vee, Neil Patel, Robert Kiyosaki, Michael Gladwell, and more, right? And guess what I got to do for that program? I was just a member. But then I got to start being a person that was a messaging coach for the speakers because let me tell y'all how on the weekend when we would have our we used to have 3 live presenters on Zoom on the weekend, and these people were experts in the field of marketing, but they didn't really know how to get the message across in a way that these people globally had invested all this money into that program and they felt like they weren't learning anything. Right. And so I would have to be in the comments like, no, what he's talking about is this. How you use that is this. And because I was doing it, because those people were going off, baby, they would tear you up in the comments. What they did was they brought me in to work with speakers before they would do that presentation to make sure that the presentation would give value the way that the members and students needed to receive it. So, yeah, let me go on and mention that this program is in 90 countries. They've had 120 plus speakers, 20,000 students, and I was the one helping doing the messaging and helping them to change their presentation, telling them they had way too much stuff on their slide and nobody was going to look at that. So yeah, I did that. But also I have on here how I've shared the stage with some heavy hitters. Heavy hitters recognized in my industry of business, right? So, the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine, the editor-in-chief of Success Magazine, the founder of TSP, Traffic Sales and Profit, Lamar Tyler, right? The co-founder of Run Like Clockwork, Adrienne Dordenson. And if you don't know her, I put it in parentheses, it's co-founded by Mike Michalowicz, who's best-selling author of Profit First. So I am aligned with these big names and these heavy hitters as a strategy of premium. All right. So you can do that too. So I need y'all to pay attention when y'all are getting these speaking engagements and you're at this huge event and there are big names that are also speaking in the event. Then guess what you have done? You have spoken on the stage with heavy hitters like name the names. All right. So those were your 10 strategies. Let me pull them back up. Those were your 10 strategies for positioning to position perception that your brand is premium. All right. Now, the question of the day, I have 2 of them for you, actually. Well, kind of 3 of them, really. So let me drop it in the studio. I think it might be a little too long for YouTube. I'd be forgetting that YouTube has capped. Let me see, did it make it? Oh, it made it. Okay, good. Let's put that in there. All right, so the questions for the day are, what part of your current brand already gives the perception of premium? Also, which strategy from today will you implement to add more premium perception to your brand? And will you have any obstacles to implementing that? Okay. So, Keith, if you don't want to come off the mic, then you can put it in the chat and then we'll start with Dr. Tachi. But I'm going to go back over the 10 strategies and recap them without all the extra before we get started. Okay. So, number 1, premium branding that matches your pricing. Invest in your business before you go out here asking people to invest top dollar in you. Okay. Make it look like that your business is worth that top dollar. Number 2, luxury level onboarding. What kind of white glove service onboarding can you give? Okay. That from the very start feels like it's a premium experience. Number 3, specialization story. Take your mission, vision, elevator pitch, and what is the story behind it that brings those elements in so that people understand what your story is that is aligned with all of those things. Number 4, experience driven language. You need to start using language that is going to help you identify the people how they're going to feel during your service and after your service. Number 5, high touch client care moments. That's self-explanatory. Number 6, signature events or experiences. You need to host them. Number 7, industry black book authority. Put together some kind of highly sought after reference that your expertise is making it more valuable. Number 8, brand led Lord, I done lost the word. Feeling whatever. Social impact. Okay. Look, I feel like Porky Pig, automo car. All right. Number 9, exclusive access content, this invitation only, because I don't really want to say members only. I feel like we've kind of whitewashed that. It don't have as much of an impact. So let's go with invitation only things, okay? Number 10, strategic name dropping with context that gives more credibility to your expertise and gives you more of a highfalutin premium feel. All right, so those are the 10 strategies. We're going to start with Dr. Tachi because Keith is going to drop his in the chat. Dr. Tachi, what part of your current brand already feels and gives the perception of premium? Also, which of the strategies will you implement and will you have any obstacles to implementing?
Okay, first of all, I haven't heard Porky Pig in 2 million years. Sheesh.
I couldn't get the word out. Philanthropic. I was like, what? Philanthropy.
So let me start with the second part first. I'm very interested in um the signature event or experience. That's something I've
Yes.
been wanting to do for a while. And I believe in virtual, so yeah, it's going to be virtual.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and then for the first part, I'm trying to figure out. I didn't have a chance to really think through what already
Mm-hmm.
gives that experience.
Well, I'll tell you, the last time I did an interview with you for Mediascope, the fact that you allowed viewers to come in live and ask questions, I feel like that's a little premium experience. We love an old call-in show, a old let me come in live show. We love that. That's an elevated experience than just listening to it. It's even more elevated than just being able to be in the chat. For example, here on the morning show, you guys that are in the studio have more of an elevated experience, right? So, than the people that are on YouTube that can only do comments. So, I think that that's an example. So, we just need to find more of those.
Okay, interesting now because I think the thing is I just do and I'm not thinking about it in that sense. So yeah, you're right. There are probably other things that I just normally do that
Yes.
really give a premium experience. I just have to think about it, but that's a great one. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, what part of your current brand already gives the perception and feel of premium? Also, which of the strategies will you use to add more premium perception to your brand, and will you have any obstacles to implementing it?
Good morning.
Martin.
So I said that what I already do is I have the branded number one, the branding that matches my pricing because I paid a lot for a lot of that, even though I changed it along the way.
Huh?
um,
I
and then
can't touch your toothbrush. I mean your toothpaste.
I already made it for you. Go get it.
Now, Lauren on the morning show talking about toothbrushes and toothpaste. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah, I know.
Look, not only
She
does
always does
Alabama come
that.
out, then Mississippi come out on the morning show sometime.
Everybody got to brush their teeth.
Do that.
Hopefully. And then the one that I well, I have a couple that I want to do better, and so number four, so to drag out like the elevator pitch to put like the other language behind it, whereas
Yeah.
experience driven, so like they know exactly what results they're gonna get,
Mm-hmm.
to not just stop there because I do know that that will help people to
Mm-hmm.
know exactly what they're gonna get when they work with me.
Yes.
And then I also like that signature event or experience, which is I guess that's number eight. I'm not sure, but that one. So creating something like that, like a retreat or something to help women reset and get their energy back in like maybe 2-3 days, so they come back ready to work, recharged, like energy, all that good stuff, ready to focus, confident, like all that. So I got to work on that event.
I love that. I love that. Let's go to Dr. Latoya Davis. Which part of your current brand already gives the perception of premium? Also, which strategies will you use to add more premium perception to your brand, and will you have any obstacles to doing so?
Yeah, so I think for what I already do, there are elements of most of those things. And it's just a matter of being consistent. um, And so it's too sorry. My mind is talking to me while I'm trying to talk. Um,
That's hilarious.
there is because there was the intentional effort around when I started to create myself as the brand to build that as a premium kind of touch point. So the intentionality went into those premium ideas. But where I fell off was I defaulted somewhere in that process of going back to what I knew and what was comfortable. And so now it's just a matter of getting back on task.
Yeah.
What I want to lean more into is I love a good signature event. And so the one I am working on adding is actually a live kind of talking event or speaking event, right? They say if you build your own build your own platform. So that is what I am working to kind of integrate that into the fold and make that an annual thing. So I'm excited about that one.
I love that. And you also already have a signature event, right? You just got back from
Yes.
Brazil, right?
Yes. So I have quite a few signature events, but
Yeah.
this one that I'm working on, kind of in the big picture ecosphere of everything, will be the thing that is able to kind of seed everything else. I'm going into kind of the TSP format of you create the one event that then sells into the other thing. So that's kind of where I'm trying to
Love
get to.
it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I love that. I love that. Yes, come on now, I got excited. All right, so Keith decided he don't want to chat. He don't want to write in the chat. That's look. All that typing probably got too long for him. So Keith, come on off the mic and answer the question: which part of your current brand already gives the perception of premium? Also, which of the strategies will you use, and will you have any obstacle to adding more premium perception to your brand?
My onboarding and my offboarding and my follow-ups. That
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those are my premium ones.
Okay.
However,
So
I
are
want
you
to add a
saying
little.
that you are already premium in those areas, or that's where you need to work on?
I'm already premium in the Marius.
Look at Keith. Keith be having his stuff together. All right, so that's where you're already premium. Was there a strategy that you wanted to add?
Number one,
Oh, number one was the premium branding that matches price. Cool beans. Any obstacles to adding that?
no obstacles. Only I just need to get it done.
Okay. Well, we love that for you, Keith. All right, let's go to Shawana Kennedy Media. What part of your current brand already gives the perception of premium, and which of the strategies will you use to add premium perception to your brand, and will you have any obstacles to implementing it?
Well, I'm actually glad to say and proud to say that because of the high caliber of production quality that we do through live stream and podcasts and online videos, it already gives strategically polished branding look for not only myself, but the other people that I get to serve.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when I think about the positioning and the messaging of the Be Seen, Be Heard, Known, and Paid for what the entrepreneur, the owner gets to do to increase
Mm-hmm.
their visibility. Those are the things that position me as authority and a thought leader. Not to mention me being a host of multiple shows and the production on other productions for other entrepreneurs. So that in itself helps to give us the premium perception that other people can go by and use as receipt. When I think strategically about other things that I could do, of course, is to continue to educate prospective clients to make sure that they understand that that is an investment worth them doing and not just seeing it as something nice, because that's always been, part of the challenge with what I get to do. And
Mm-hmm.
also some of the entrepreneurs, because of them and their schedules, with the time constraints. So time constraints for a lot of people. Also, some people still needing to be further educated to understand that that is an asset and not just that shouldn't be an afterthought, but it should be something that they actually make a part of what it is that they do.
Yeah, I think that because people often have it as an afterthought and don't understand that it's an asset, that you probably need to use that experience-driven language more than number 4, right? So you need to tell them that my clients are often looked at by larger companies, corporate government, because they seem so premium based on how they're representing them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to give them a feeling of where they want to go, or either what they want to run from, as a part of the experience-driven language. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
It does. It does. It does.
Um,
I'm making a note. Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that that'll work a lot for you. Also for Keith, that's what I was trying to give y'all some early on, because people think that they can skimp on graphics, they can skip on videos and all of that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. But they don't understand what the brand is then looking like when they skip on that stuff. But then they got the nerve to be asking somebody for $5,000, right? So sometimes people are gonna look at your brand, and their first impression is gonna be, there's no way you're selling that package for $5,000 a pop. There's no way you got clients, because your brand don't look like it's making even $5,000, right? So that can be kind of the pain points that y'all are pressing, for all these people who want people to invest in themselves through them in their service, but you don't look like you invested in your own service. So yeah, I love that experience driven language. Kimberly, we see you ain't paying attention to the chat. Are you gonna put yours in the chat? Are you coming off the mic? And I'll give you a chance while I go over here on the YouTube side. Oh, Shanti is over here, but I don't know if she's answered the question. All right, she has not. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on and go back to positioning for your business. Yesterday, we talked about offer and pricing power, okay? And I gave you ways to position your offer and your pricing. Today, we talked about perception and brand experience, and we gave you strategies to position your brand to be a premium experience. Does anybody have any questions, any value adds, or aha moments? Tomorrow, we're going to talk about visibility and demand creation as positioning. Any
Good
questions,
morning.
aha moments? What you got,
Can you,
Kimberly? Oh, you want to answer the
oh,
question, Kimberly?
I'm just going, I was driving, so I'm trying to remember, but there was one instance where you talked about, like when you talked about the shoes and the philanthropic piece of it.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I do need to lean more into that, because I do donate a percentage of my sales to local grassroots cancer organizations in honor of my mom. And then also, just it was one part where you were saying, but there's a part where you say your favorite thing or something like that. And I was thinking of how I could say what my favorite shoe is, or the best shoe for this or the best shoe for that. There was one part I heard you saying.
Yeah, it was the
But yeah,
industry black book authority. So you're
right.
basically going to give them a list of vetted things that they
Hmm.
can use that are important to them, that they would find value in. So
Right.
yeah, like there are other foot care things that you could definitely tell them that this is what you recommend they use along with your product. You can even start some partnerships with those people. You can start, like I said, affiliate links and stuff with those things. So yeah, I like that for you.
Thank
Cool beans. No problem. Anybody with a question, value add, or business nugget? Cool beans. Well, this week in your free business mastermind group, Thursday, we have Collab Live at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to live stream into the group. So there will not be a Zoom. There will not be a live aspect outside of the group. I'm going to live stream into the group at 12 p.m. Eastern time for about 30 minutes. I will be there to facilitate collaboration. So your job will be to bring in the collaboration that you need for your business, and also what you're willing to do in exchange to make it a win-win between you and the other collaborator. All right. On Sunday, for the paid membership only, we are starting our 14-day August Goals Momentum Sprint. So that's going to happen Sunday night. And let me tell you something about this sprint. If you are not a part of the paid membership, now is the time to get in so that you can start this sprint, because that event is where a lot of our members kind of get their price of admission. They are getting goals achieved. They are looking at their time. They are really being focused on the business and other areas of life. So, want to get that time freedom scratched up? Let's go to this paid membership, shaycannon.com/membership. All right. That's it, y'all. This has been the Her First Six Figures Morning Show that is more of an interactive coaching and training experience as part of our free business mastermind group that positions Black and Brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. Find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, plus links to resources like how to join the free business mastermind group, how to get the show notes with the strategies on it from today and past shows. Get all of that in the description below. All right. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up and like the episode. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you do not miss a thing. And understand that today's video was just one out of a 4-video series. So check out the other videos. All right. And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day. We'll see you.